Today on the show, we are going to be running through your free agents. We're going to do a little trend here over the next 3-4 shows, however long it takes. Basically going to be running through the top 100 free agents in the NFL pool this year, starting with 100 and working our way up. Welcome to Six Rings and Counting. I'm your host, Corey Idle, and joining me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, who's always welcome in this room, Mr. Lou Willard. Lou, how may I serve you today?
Well, see, you start right out with the inside jokes.
I'm ornery.
You right out with the inside jokes. But it's good. As long as I'm not on vacation, I'll be on the show.
There you go. I like it.
I shows up to the show.
You do that, and you don't have to speak like that, please. Today on the show, we are going to be running through your free agents. We're going to do a little trend here over the next 3-4 shows, however long it takes. Basically going to be running through the top 100 free agents in the NFL pool this year, starting with 100 and working our way up. If that is okay with you, Lou.
Nah, Dave, it's fine. We can get at it. List shouldn't be long. I mean, we're going to do 100 through 75 today, or 76 today, one of the two, whatever 25 is. I don't know. I don't math well. But anyway, we're going to knock out
nerds.
The first.
This is a football show.
We're going to knock out the first 25. Some of these guys, just so you guys know, we don't have any interest in. We're going to spend more time on the guys that Pittsburgh may. If Pittsburgh has no interest in them, we're not spending a lot of time on them. It's just that simple.
Facts. This is a Pittsburgh Steelers show at the end of the day, and we will prove our mettle right now by talking about, or not talking about, number 100 on our list, center Coleman Shelton for the Chicago Bears. He had a good campaign from everything I read. However, we don't need a center. So
we don't need a center.
Good luck to you, Coleman. Get yourself a good contract.
Yeah, go get paid. Yeah, go get paid. Go somewhere you're going to start. Get you some guaranteed money, and blessings to you, my friend.
That's it. And that is the message to all of these people we will not be talking about. A gentleman we do have to talk about at number 99, somebody we sort of got to know this year, maybe not. Mike Williams, wide receiver, most recently played with a little team called the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sort of played.
Yeah, so Mike Williams can go right on down the road. And hey, look, this is like the WWE. I'm gonna wish him the best in his future endeavors.
Yep.
He did absolutely nothing. Whose fault was it? No one will ever know.
Yep.
Did they throw him the ball enough? No. Was he open enough to get the ball thrown to him? No. So whose fault was it? Bottom line is we need to move on, get younger at the receiver position, outside of bringing in a veteran that could teach some of these guys. And Pittsburgh has to fix that room, or we right back in the same situation. But unfortunately, Mike Williams, thank you for your service, but they're no longer needed.
Let me ask you a question with Mike Williams, and I'm just asking this because he's coming off of a torn ACL, right? In 2023, he played 3 games, got hurt, came back. Do we give him any slack for that? Or do we give him any credit for that, any leeway for that? Or is it just, no, we're good. I hope you do well, but we're good.
I'm not going to say they're not going to give any leeway for it. I'm going to say my biggest issue with him is he looked uninterested.
Okay.
That's
totally
the
different
problem.
Conversation. Yep.
Totally different. You look like you don't want to play. And if you're looking like you don't want to play anymore, what we keeping you around for? If you don't want to play, brother, don't play. And he looked uninterested is what he looked like to me. And I've been around football for a while. You know, I was blessed to play the game to the next highest level. Not the highest, wasn't good enough, but I've seen guys with ability like him, and they did the same thing. They just didn't want to play. Or you got your contract and you don't want to play anymore. And he looks uninterested. And hopefully I'm wrong. If they bring him back, hopefully it's just he's coming off that knee injury. But when you just look uninterested to me. I don't see you. I don't see you out there being a dog that you was when you were at San Diego before they went to LA. That ain't the player I saw.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Moving on to number 98 on our list, linebacker Eric Kendricks. Played for the Cowboys. He's getting up there a little bit in age. He is a run stuffer. Had a ton of injuries. I mean, our linebacking core is pretty solidified, isn't it?
Yeah, if you can bring back Landon Roberts, and you already got Peyton Wilson, you got Queen. He's not going anywhere.
No.
You just hope he picks it up a little bit because the numbers might say he had a good year, but I've seen him catching too many blocks. You can't be catching that many blocks. But Peyton Wilson is a budding star player. He is a star. He is potential all-pro player. So you have those three. You can just pop anybody in there as a fourth to spell them for a couple downs. I don't think you need to go out and get a guy like this.
Fair enough.
Or if you do, it's just to put him in 10, 15 plays a game. But how much money is that going to cost you?
Well, exactly. Especially when it's a name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A guy like Eric Kendricks is going to get some money somewhere.
Yep. You're going to get some money somewhere.
Here's a guy I think you and I would both give some money to somewhere. Number 97 on our list, defensive tackle DJ Jones, Denver Broncos.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked before we started actually recording the show. We have to get a defensive tackle because Father Time's undefeated, and Cam Hayward's name is Father Time. Like he's tapping on his shoulder. So we got to start to get somebody in there. So if this guy can come in here, I'm not sure about his age, but if he can come in there and we get somebody to solidify that position, we really need two. But if you can get one, that'll help. But if you can get two, that's even better. But you've heard me say on this show for weeks, man, damn the defensive side of the ball. So I'm not backing off. I'm not backing off of that. So I'm not sure how much this guy's going to cost you. You might have to get guys on the cheap and just stockpile them and hope attrition wears the other team down just by running guys in and out on them instead of having that star or two up front because you already have it. I mean,
100%.
You already have the stars. You need backups. And if you can get another starter, that's even better. But the bottom line is we can't pour that money on the defensive side of the ball. So as much as I would love to have this kid, I probably had to pass. I mean, I'm spending all my money on offense.
Yeah, the word on him seems to be more or less that while he is top, one of the top guys in the league when it comes to stuffing the run, which you and I talked about before the show, Pittsburgh desperately needs a run stopper. However, it seems like every year, and this is according to PFF.com, not necessarily what I'm seeing, but every year he seems to miss more and more tackles. Yeah, that's a concern. If you're bringing in a run stopper for Pittsburgh, he's got to be able to stop the run by tackling the friggin' running back.
Yeah, you got to be able to tackle the ball. You got to tackle the ball. So if he can't do that, then he's not going to work in that system.
Nope. Thoughts and prayers to you, DJ Jones. Wish you luck. 96 on our list. Edge rusher Derek Barnett, Houston Texans.
Look, you say edge next.
Yep, that's pretty much where I was leaving it. We also got a big next here as far as I'm concerned. Number 95 on our list, tight end Zach Ertz, Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I mean, good ball player, but and why did Pittsburgh go out and sign a tight end? That's a whole nother show. I might do a short on that.
Yeah, you might have to put together 7 for the rant you're going to compose for it because I don't understand it.
What are we doing? But anyway, next. Oh, edge. Next.
Yep. Edge rusher Josh Uche, Kansas City Chiefs. Wish you luck. Number 93, guard Will Hernandez, Arizona Cardinals.
And this is why I'll say next on this.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see them go back, and this guy is on this list. We'll get to him, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. But you know who I'm bringing up? I'm bringing up my boy James Daniels.
Yep.
He's on this list as well. So I will pass on any guard until we get to James Daniels. That's who we need to work on re-signing because he knows the offense. Nothing against Mr. Hernandez here. Hopefully the Cardinals can bring him back. He can make some guaranteed money and take care of his family. But we don't need him.
There you go. Number 92 on our list, safety Julian Blackmon, played for the Indianapolis Colts last year.
This one's interesting. It's interesting because what are we doing with Minka?
Yep.
But I think there'll probably be a safety. I haven't studied this list like that, but I'm sure there's another safety that we can get. But we might be able to get him on the cheap. Because, again, my money on the Steelers is going to the offense. I'm a standby. I'm dying on that hill, as everybody knows. So I'm not going to beat the dead horse anymore. If you don't know, my money's going on the offense. So we might be able to get this young man on the cheap. But we got to figure out Minka. He got to restructure. He got to go. I'm not even sure you can trade him. Dude making $18 million. You can't. Who's taking that contract on?
That's what I wanted to ask you, because it seems like with some of the defensive backs, specifically safeties, in this free agent pool, if you could make a move to trade Minka, even for some draft capital, you could save so much money signing some of these guys. And the way they're using Minka, as you have brought up time and time again, sign one of these other guys that are so much cheaper. This
guy can play that position. You're just backing him 25 yards off the ball.
Yep.
You're not dropping him down in the box. When they first got Minka, which was a great trade, they basically robbed the Dolphins. They dropped him in the box like they did Puamalu.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an all-pro. But then when their offense went stagnant and couldn't score, they backed him out to try to keep the other team from scoring. So he might as well have been me back there standing around watching the game.
Yep.
It made no sense, but you're paying him $18 million a year to do his uniform clean. He the safety. Typically that's good, but then there were games because the defense was on the field so much where he was the leading tackler on the defense.
Yep.
That's a problem because, again, you're the safety. So either one of those two are not good. You need to be breaking up passes, not the leading tackler, and your uniform damn sure shouldn't be clean. So you're somewhere in the middle. But so if you could take a kid and bring this kid in and talk to him about money, and if you can get him for 10 million, 11, 12 million, it's better than 18. It's better than 18. They could give him a contract that they saved the money on Preston Smith with.
Yep.
And then but you got to do something with Minka's $18 million. And I like the guy. The dude can play. But we got to talk about money.
Yeah, in my opinion, we just haven't used him right.
You have not used him right. Let him play.
That's it. It's the same thing.
If you're going to give him $18 million, then let him play.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same kind of situation. I mean, not parallel, but it's the same kind of situation for me with Justin Fields in Chicago. They didn't know how to use him.
They know how to use him. And here's the kicker. Pittsburgh has proven they've known how to use Minka. Then they just stopped using him because he was an all-pro. Yep. And y'all just stopped using him because your offense was so inept that you had to prevent anybody from getting – if you gave up 16 points, you were losing.
Mm-hmm.
So you drop it – you might as well have dropped him back to the goal line every play, regardless of where they were on the field. Just back him up to the goal line and have him stop people from scoring. So if you're going to give him $18 million, let him play. If you're not going to let him play and you're going to play that passive a defense, let him go, trade him for draft capital, something, and get another safety in there that can stand 25 yards off the ball and make a tackle.
That's it.
Because that's all they're asking him to do.
So silly.
Anyway, we've been spending a lot of time on 92.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time on 92.
91. We'll be flying through some of these. Linebacker, Terrell Dodson, Miami Dolphins. He was with the Seahawks. They cut him. Dolphins signed him. He's a good player.
I think we're good on backers. I mean, we got to keep our backers in the room. If we do that, we're good.
Here's somebody that's interesting. I'd love to know what you think about him if you could do it on the cheap. Number 90, running back Nick Chubb, Cleveland Browns.
1 year, $7 million, $8 million, and I'm bringing him straight in. I mean, if you listen to this show, there's people that hear me on the show and go, I thought it was a still show. You like Nick Chubb? Love him. He was the best back in the league. I know he's had 2 devastating knee injuries. I get all that. But if you can get him $7-8 million and he wants to come to Pittsburgh, he's a perfect backup. So I said backup for Jaylen Warren.
Yep.
Now you have a nice 1-2 punch, and it can still be explosive. It's a saying that I'm as good. I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I was, or however that saying goes. And look, my dog is getting on my nerves, so we might have to pause the show. Can we pause for a second, just a hot second?
Yep.
Because I'm a killer dog.
We're good to go again. We're recording. So we were talking about Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
I can pick up on it real quick, just so it's a clean cut for Nathan.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's why I wanted to talk to you about Chubb, because yes, he does have the injuries, but we're not asking him to carry the load like he had to do in Cleveland. He's backing up Jaylen Warren, and I think what you have said about Najee in the past is what we want in Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb runs angry. He runs mean, and that's what you want out of these big power backs, which is essentially what Nick Chubb is at this point. He's a beast.
Nick Chubb is the same reason I told you, and we'll get to this guy too in the next couple of days, is Aaron Jones. Bring him on in. They're backups. They're backups now, and that's okay. You talk about them like they're my age at 50. What am I, 51? Yeah, excuse me. But they're late 20s, maybe early 30. But you're just you're a backup right now. So if you can come in here and you want to play for $7-8 million on a 1-year deal, then we can definitely help you out. But you have to be willing to do that.
Yep, 100%. And I think what Nick Chubb doesn't get a lot of credit for is his ability to catch out of the backfield.
Oh yeah,
for a bigger back, he has good hands. It would be a nice change of pace if we had to.
Their offense was never designed to do that for him, though.
Right, exactly. I don't know if they ever designed an offense in Cleveland, but moving on, 89 linebacker Robert Spillane, Las Vegas Raiders. You said it before. As far as I'm concerned, we're pretty good at linebacker. I ain't worried about any of these guys.
And he left Pittsburgh to go there.
Exactly.
So Pittsburgh, he didn't leave to go. Pittsburgh let him go. So there's that.
There is that. Number 88, another interesting name for us. Safety Andre Cisco, Jacksonville Jaguars.
The thing is, I'm not going to rechew my food. So anytime we see a safety, just people go to the clip where I talked about the first safety. It's all going to depend on what we do with Minka. So
there you go.
There's your safety conversation.
87 on our list. Cornerback Paulson Adebo. Sorry, man, I butchered your name. New Orleans Saints. He was really good. Then he broke his femur. And then they traded Marshawn Lattimore and went for a full rebuild. So he did come back. He was tested as a number 1. I don't know, dude. Like it seems like, we need cornerback help. I'm not going this far down the list though when we have Corey Trice. Like you better bring in a bigger name or else just let Corey play.
There you go. And a lot of that's going to depend on what Jackson does too. Are we bringing back Jackson or are we going to let him walk? But you down here at 87, there's going to be guys on this list.
That's it. Same with 86, cornerback Nate Hobbs, Las Vegas Raiders. Wish you the best of luck. I think we're pretty solid as far as this goes. Like if we're signing these guys, they better be 4th or 5th on our list.
Yeah, this is Calvin's son, right?
Yes.
Calvin and Hobbes.
Yep.
Man, Calvin and Hobbes.
Stupid. Moving on. Actually, that joke was perfect for the next guy we're going to talk about. Number 85, quarterback Jameis Winston for the Cleveland Browns. He would be interesting as a backup.
Total backup.
But he would be interesting. I think what you've always said about Jameis Winston is I think one of his best selling points is you know what you are going to get.
So my thing with Jameis is I'm not bringing him in if I'm bringing Fields back. If I'm bringing Russ back, I could sign Winston as the backup because they're more similar.
Is it just because you have to have basically 2 different playbooks?
Yeah, because you don't want to have to completely change the offense.
Yep.
But, Jameis is Jameis.
So you're saying basically if we pick up Justin Fields, we're going to go after another kind of mobile quarterback as a backup, just so everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, they're probably going to bring in I don't know all the free agent quarterbacks, which is my fault for even bringing that up then. But you're going to have to bring in somebody with his skill set, like a Marcus Mariota type.
Right.
Like they have in Washington.
Right. So if we were to end up sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
If we were going to end up signing somebody like a Matthew Stafford, then Jameis would play a little
Winston.
more into that.
Yeah. Okay. You bring in Winston. Yeah.
Good enough. Number 84 on our list, defensive tackle Teair Tart, Los Angeles Chargers. This is a great player. He's really good run or pass.
It is totally based on money.
Yeah.
Anytime we talk about this list, again, for everybody, if it's the defensive side of the ball, it has to be a team favorable deal because the money has to be poured on the offensive side of the ball, or else Pittsburgh is just spinning their wheels. So what, you don't have a losing season. You lose every year in the playoffs in the first game, which is never at home, with the exception of 2020 when Cleveland beat them in the COVID year. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, you got to get some offensive explosion going, or you just wasting your time.
Oh, yeah. 100%. 83 on the list, tight end Tyler Conklin, New York Jets. Again, we're fine. Pittsburgh's out here already signing tight ends for some reason.
So they'll probably sign him. Might as well have 7 tight ends.
Again, moving speed around here. 82 defensive tackle, Tershawn Wharton. Again, as Lou said, if the money's right. When we're this far on the list, whether you're looking at offense or defense, in my opinion, when you're this far on the list, these have got to be team-friendly deals. They just have to be.
Yeah.
Regardless of the talent, regardless of what happened to you last year that caused you to be a free agent this year, that blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. It's got to be team-friendly because, your starter for some teams, that doesn't mean you can start for us, and you don't have the caliber to start for us.
Exactly.
Much like number 81 on our list, center Ryan Kelly, Indianapolis Colts. Wish you the best of luck. Todd Frazier's locked in. He's going nowhere.
Yeah, he's not budging.
No, number 80, C. Minka Fitzpatrick on the timestamp. Safety Elijah Molden, Los Angeles Chargers.
Good player,
great player. I have zero problem with him, other than the fact that right now we can't say anything as long as Mika's here. Same thing with 79. Safety Jeremy Chin, Washington Commanders. Had a really good season. Again, he's going to get paid, but no.
He just won't be paid by the Steelers.
No.
Nor will 78.
I was going to say, no matter how bad we need a wide receiver, number 78 wide receiver Deontay Johnson for the Baltimore Ravens and numerous other teams this season will not be a Pittsburgh Steeler again. Moving on. Number 77 on the list, tight end Mike Gesicki.
We'll sign him. That's 8 tight ends.
We got him, baby.
Every tight end on the list.
We're going to sign him, and then we're going to trade him. We're doing a fantasy draft situation. That's what we're doing.
We'll sign every tight end on the list.
Yep. It's unbelievable. Look, even just Kazecki's worth a quick mention just because of his talent and what he means in our division. He's staying with Cincinnati. Joe Burrow's talked about him so much.
And not only that, he's good, but so is Freiermuth, Washington, and Hayward. And then we went and signed another one.
Yep.
What are we? Never mind. That's a different show. What are we doing?
Number 76. This, I think, was the first name Lou might get excited about here. Defensive tackle, Poona Ford, Los Angeles Chargers.
This guy's good. This is a guy that if I'm going to spend a couple dollars on defense on, we got to get some run stoppers. And I think this guy is it. Like he's one of the run stoppers that he's still far enough. See, he's only 76 on this list. I pulled up other lists where he's at a different number. But guess where he's at in his mind? Number one.
Yep.
So you've got to be able to work out. They need a defensive tackle so bad that that's the position that does not necessarily have to be team friendly with the money. The rest of the defensive positions do, because I still think you can roll out there with Porter and Trice. You got your safeties. If you're going to do that, you do need that slot corner, but that's a whole different conversation. But with defensive tackle, you got to spend some money because you're in a division that runs the ball, with the exception of the Bengals. Everybody else is running it. And your schedule is usually playing teams that run I don't know what it is with Steelers in their schedule, but it's always teams that run the ball. They don't. Cincinnati throw it all over the place, but this dude can stop that run. He can draw a double team, and which can help free up your edge rushers, which Pittsburgh has all pro edge rushers. They don't need those. They need this position to help spell Cam. And if you can get that and get him in there, and hopefully he's a guy that wants to play for Mike Tomlin, like they all say they do. Maybe he'll take a team-friendly deal, but still get his money. Still get your money, young man. Don't just be coming over here to play because you like Mike Tomlin. He ain't paying your bills. This career don't go forever. But nonetheless, this is a guy I am interested in.
Yeah, no, he'd be great. And to speak a little bit more to what you were saying about him being able to draw the double team, if they decide to focus their double team on our outside rushers, he can still pass rush. He's not just a slow, big guy. He's actually a little smaller for what a lot of defensive tackles are, which gives him a lot of more maneuverability.
And that's been the biggest knock on him is they say he's small. That's the biggest knock on him. I mean, so you can go straight to 75 if you want, because we're having the same conversation. They play the same position. And it's one of these guys, and this kid is good too. So just talk to him, see who wants to make a move. But if you start looking at these teams they're coming from, Ford with the Chargers. Oh, I'm sorry, I let you introduce 75. My bad.
That's okay. I was waiting. I just 75's defensive tackle. If you couldn't tell, Jaron Reed from Cincinnati Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Same.
It's the same thing. But then you look at how those teams play. I really can't see Ford getting out of LA. You know how Harbaugh liked to play. He liked to run the ball. He liked to stop the run. This kid probably ain't getting out of LA.
Probably not.
Seahawks like to sling it around, and they play in a division against the Cardinals, the 49ers who do everything. Yep. But the Rams are going to – I know everybody think the Rams don't do anything but throw. Rams run the ball a lot.
Kyron Williams is that dude.
They sneaky run the ball a lot, and they throw a lot of crossing routes, short routes. So your defensive tackles can turn around and make plays.
Yep.
But I can't see the kid getting out the Chargers, but I can see the kid getting out of Seattle.
Yep.
So
100%.
Pittsburgh may want to reach out to him and see what his interests are.
100%. The only thing I think Pittsburgh's really going to do to help Poona Ford, because he's got, like you said, he's got it made. Harbaugh, he's in a good system. He's in a good city where it's warm weather most of the time. You're playing on the West Coast. You don't have to deal really with that Pittsburgh stuff.
Been on fire for 3 months. It's warm.
It's warm. It's hot. But
bad joke. I apologize. Bad joke.
it's not too soon. Anyway, I think Poona Ford fits us a lot better than Jaron Reed, but again, you're probably going to get Jaron Reed for less money.
Yeah, and it's about who wants to move, who needs to move, what their salary caps look like, what their money's, what those team situations look like. Who does the team have on their roster?
Yep.
All of that stuff is impacted by these decisions. But I just can't see. I know how Harbaugh wants to play, and I can't see him letting a good defensive lineman go.
Never going to happen. It's never going to happen with him.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of holes to fill. That's the only hope I think we have of getting him out is the Chargers have so many positions where they have to fill to stay competitive, especially in that division, that they are going to have to throw money at a lot of guys, which may mean they can't afford Poona.
Yep, that's the shot you got.
Fingers crossed. Other than that, Lou, you got anything else for us?
Oh, no, that's it today. That's the top, or that's the 75 through 100 free agents. So we'll be back with you guys tomorrow for what we're doing, 50 through 74 tomorrow. Then,
yep, going to be just as exciting, and we'll hopefully amp up what be more fruitful conversations as we get closer to the list. For Lou Willard, I'm Corey Idle. This is Six Rings and Counting, and we will see you next time.